Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. Let's take a look at our verb numbering system 0 through 9. We have been teaching that there are only 10 things you can do to a verb. Certainly, we've looked at infinitives. We've looked at the ando y yendo, the stem changing ando y yendo, the Y form of the ando y yendo, like leyendo and creyendo and yendo. We've studied the past participles, ado, ido. We know the irregulars, hecho, dicho, vuelto, etc. We've studied the present tense from A to Z. The same with the preterite and the imperfect. We've gone over the future. The future is so simple. Just add the ending to the infinitive. Very few irregulars. The conditional, that's the would, what you would do today, tomorrow, or in the future. And it's done just like the future, except you add ia, a form of ia, on the end of the infinitive. And of course, present subjunctive and past subjunctive, we have been hitting those really, really hard all along. So we've had over 370 lessons. And now what we're doing is pretend all those lessons and everything that we've learned already. And we'll never have learned everything. We keep going and going. But the lessons that you have learned, all those tools that have been issued, now we're starting to build, right? Now we're starting to build. We have our, our contractor license, if you will, right? So let's see if we can construct sentences, right? With a good foundation, a good floor plan, and a good roof. Let's go right here. It started raining before the game started. Well, let's do the vocabulary. Empezar, to start. Llover, to rain. Antes de que. El partido. And once again, empezar. Now we told you before that after before, if you have a conjugated verb after before in English, it's going to have to be in the subjunctive in Spanish. We're going to see that you can use the infinitive after antes de, but not antes de que. Antes de que introduces the subjunctive. Antes de introduces an infinitive. But let's take a look at our first sentence. It started, that's preterite, empezar. It is the same as the el ella form, so it would be empezó. To start raining is the same as it started to rain. The way we do it in Spanish, we do not say lloviendo, empezó lloviendo. That's not going to cut it. It's empezó a llover. To start ing is empezar a plus infinitive. Empezó a llover before the game started. Well, that's not starting. That's not to start, and this is a conjugated verb. It's the point I'm trying to make. So we know this is going to be antes de que. And because this is in the past, it's going to be verb number 9, past subjunctive. So we have empezó a llover antes de que el partido. Now we need the past subjunctive of empezar. Take empezaron, change that O to an A, and then drop off the N. Empezó a llover antes de que el partido empezara, with a Z-A-R-A. Empezó a llover antes de que el partido empezara. Before graduating, I want to find a job that pays well so I can live the good life, or live a good life. Well, before we've got some form, it's either antes de or antes de que. This is graduarse. To graduate is graduarse, reflexive. I want, this is querer. To find is encontrar. A job is un trabajo. You could say un empleo, but we're going to go, or una carrera, a job. We say in English, I want to find a job that pays well. Well, if you're looking for a career, like especially if you go to college, you're looking for a career, but not necessarily college. There's a lot of careers that are great and well-paying without any college education. Okay, so here you could say un trabajo or una carrera, a career, meaning a job. Pagar is to pay. Bien as well. I can comes from the verb to be able, poder, P-O-D-E-R. To live is vivir. And vida, V-I-D-A, is life. Let's see what we got. When you say before and you follow it with an ing, it's always antes de plus infinitive. So this would be before graduating. We're talking about myself. So I have to say, antes de graduarme. And that may can only go there. Antes de graduarme, before graduating, I want to find, that's first year Spanish, quiero encontrar. Quiero encontrar, say un trabajo or una carrera that pays well. Now here we go. This is where we go from basic, and we jump into the present subjunctive, opposite vowel, verb number 8. I want to find a job that pays well. Well, you're looking for it. You don't have it yet. There's no guarantee that that job exists for you where you're looking at that moment. Therefore, it's got to be it has to be subjunctive. It's kind of, there's doubt and uncertainty. So, antes de graduarme, quiero encontrar un trabajo or una carrera que pague, P-A-G-U-E. Remember, we need that U in there to maintain the integrity of the hard G sound, pagar. Antes de graduarme, quiero encontrar un trabajo, una carrera que pague bien, so I can live a good life. So, well, there's así que, that's so, like, and as a result, something happened. But if you're doing something, you want to do something so something else will happen, that's para que. That's an adverbial conjunction. It's like antes de que. It's like con tal de que. It's always followed by the subjunctive. Antes de graduarme, quiero encontrar una carrera que pays. That pays. It's in the present, so we need present subjunctive, opposite vowel. Pagar, go to pago, change the O to E. Then you have pague, you have to put the U in there to maintain the integrity of the hard G sound. So this would be antes de graduarme. Quiero encontrar un trabajo que pague bien. So, now here it is, para que, now we need the subjunctive, present subjunctive. Para que, not puedo, opposite vowel would be an A, pueda. Para que pueda vivir una buena vida, or colloquially, we say, para que pueda vivir la vida buena, the good life. La vida buena or una vida buena. Let's go over it again. Antes de graduarme, quiero encontrar un trabajo que pague bien para que pueda vivir una buena vida or para que pueda vivir la vida buena. That's it. It's great. I wish I had. That's not a typo, right? Had from haber, and then tener. So we're getting the other had. I wish I had had more time to help, but I had to get back home to take the dogs out. Okay? Desear is to wish. D-E-S-E-A-R. Desear. This is haber, and this is tener. This is ayudar. This is tener again. To get back is to return, regresar. It could be volver, regresar, R-E-G-R-E-S-A-R, regresar. And the back is understood. To get back is regresar. Casa is home. To take the dogs out, how do you say to take out something? That's sacar, like sacar la basura, to take the trash out, sacar. Okay, there's a lot of neat things in here, a lot of neat things. That's why I love these lessons so much, because they incorporate the verb tenses, all the verb numbering system, but all the little quirky things that we learn as well. I wish, present tense, deseo, D-E-S-E-O. Deseo, I wish I had had more time. Well, when you wish something, that's going to be subjunctive. I wish I had had more time. Now, I didn't put the word that. In Spanish, deseo, it can be followed by an infinitive. Deseo quedarme en casa. It is my desire, I wish to stay home. But if you want to say, I wish that, with a conjugated verb, you have to have the que, right? Remember, the structure of a subjunctive sentence is the provocador, the word que, and then the rest of the sentence in the subjunctive. The old analogy of tow vehicle, a hitch, in a trailer. Car, hitch, trailer. Desear is a provocador, that's a car. Que is a hitch. And this subjunctive here will be the trailer. So it says, I wish I had had. It's haber tenido. We need the subjunctive of haber in the past subjunctive, verb number 9. I wish I had had more time. So haber in the preterite is hubieron. Change that O to an A and drop the N. Deseo que hubiera tenido más tiempo para ayudar. Deseo que hubiera, H-U-B-I-E-R-A. Deseo que hubiera tenido más tiempo para ayudar. Pero, I had to get back home to take the dogs out. Now, it's in the past, so it could either be tuve or tenía. If it's something that just came up, you got a phone call, it would be tuve. But if you say tenía, you already knew that you had to get back at a certain time to get the dogs out because you don't have any doggy door for your dogs to get out of your condo or apartment or house, right? They're indoor dogs. So this would be, pero tuve or tenía que regresar a casa para, again, this para sacar a los perros. Use the personal A, even though with dogs, we love them just like people. Here we go. Deseo que hubiera tenido más tiempo para ayudar, pero tuve or tenía que regresar a casa para sacar a los perros. Ask her what it is that she wants us to do. This is a command. This is going to be preguntar. This is querer, the verb querer, and this is the verb hacer. Certainly 3 verbs we're familiar with. Preguntar, querer, and hacer. This is a command. Let's go with the familiar command. Ask her, pregunta, right? That's the same as the present tense, the positive to command. Pregunta, put the ley on the end of it. Pregúntale, there would be an accent mark on that U. Pregúntale what it is. Tiempo fuera. Okay, I just jotted down the word it. Ask her what it is that she wants us to do. Ask her what would be pregúntale qué. We're using it as a question. There would be an accent mark on the E. Pregúntale qué es, what it is. Pregúntale qué es, what it is. Que, that she wants, quiere. Now, when you want someone to do something, that's a car hitch trailer. That's a 1, 2, 3. That's a subjunctive sentence or subjunctive phrase. Pregúntale qué es lo que quiere que hacer. For us to do, we need the subjunctive we form. Go to hago, change it to an A, and build it out to the we form. Hagamos. Pregúntale qué es lo que quiere que hagamos. Pregúntale qué es lo que quiere que hagamos. Pregúntale qué es lo que quiere que hagamos. There it is. I want to know all the details before I make a decision. Well, I want the verb querer. To know is saber. Los detalles or details. Before we know antes de, it's not ing. It's got to be subjunctive, so this is going to be antes de que. Now, to make a decision is not hacer una decisión, it's tomar una decisión, to take a decision, right? To make a decision in English, Spanish, tomar una decisión. Here we go. I want to know all the details. Quiero saber, basic Spanish, quiero saber, infinitive phrase, quiero saber all the details, todos los detalles, D-E-T-A-L-L-E-S. Quiero saber todos los detalles before I make a decision. Antes de que tomar, it's tomo, change that O to an E. Antes de que tome una decisión. Quiero saber todos los detalles antes de que tome una decisión. You see, before pops up everywhere in normal, everyday conversation. Last one, make the dog be quiet. We don't mean to be rude. We love our dogs. And I never ever told a student or anybody, cállate, shut up. I don't even say that. I've never said that. I don't say that to anybody. I just say like, hey, quiet down, or let's see if we can get the dog to quiet down. But in Spanish, callarse with the perro doesn't, you're not being rude to the dog and telling the dog to shut up. It's just, in this case, it means to quiet down. So make the dog be quiet. You're talking to a friend, it would be the familiar command for hacer. It's one of those irregular ones. Haz, ten, pon, ven, sal, ve, se, di. One of the irregular familiar commands, right? It's very simply, haz. Remember, when you command someone to do something, that's a car, hitch, and trailer. That's a classic subjunctive 1, 2, 3 sentence. Make that the dog quiets down. We don't have to say make that the dog quiets down in English. Make the dog quiet down. Some people in English make the dog shut up, right? Haz que el perro, now we have callarse. We've got to go to the present tense, say calla, and take that A and change it to opposite vowel, which is an E. Haz que el perro se calle. There you go. Okay, it started raining before the game started. Empezó a llover antes de que el partido empezara. Before graduating, I want to find a job that pays well so I can live a good life. Antes de graduarme, quiero encontrar una carrera, un trabajo que pague bien para que pueda vivir la vida buena, or para que pueda vivir una buena vida. I wish I had had more time to help, but I had to get back home to take the dogs out. Deseo que hubiera tenido más tiempo para ayudar, pero tuve que regresar a casa para sacar a los perros. Ask her what it is that she wants us to do. Pregúntale qué es lo que quiere que hagamos. I want to know all the details before I make a decision. Quiero saber todos los detalles antes de que tome una decisión. Make the dog be quiet. Haz, the Wizard of Oz. Haz que el perro se calle, por favor. Porfa. Okay, those are our sentences today. Lots of grammar here. We're hitting all the verb keys pretty much, right? So let's keep it up. Let's keep learning. And I like this because we're not reviewing one item. We're reviewing everything, right? Everything. We're reviewing the whole circuit board. We're not putting a new circuit in. We're getting better at seeing how all the circuits interrelate. Okay, es todo por ahora. Hasta la próxima lección. Tengan ustedes un gran día. I'm still training. I'm getting in shape. Joe Frazier. I got my third fight coming up with Joe Frazier. This fight is going to be a thriller, a chiller, and a killer when I get the grill in Manila. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Be heavyweight champion of the world with the smell of brute and the punch of Ali. Talk to you guys later. Love you. Cuídense mucho. Colorín colorado. Esta lección se ha enseñado. Bye bye.